Is there someone who has an answer for number 18? Yes, dear.
I got the first one.
Okay, the first one. Okay, so which one doesn't belong? Identify the compound inequality that is not the same as the other three. And then I'm going to break your heart because there is a typo on this. The last compound inequality should say x is less than negative 2. Okay, Paige's group is going to be the first group that gets a point. She did guess something. How did you figure it out, your answer?
I just noticed that none of the other ones had, all of the other ones had and in it, and that one didn't have and.
Oh, that's really not a bad idea. But she's going to be incorrect. But her answer makes logical sense. They physically wrote the word out and, except on this one. That makes great sense. What we actually need to do is graph it. So let's make us 4 quick graphs. I'm just going to put the points we need on it. Negative 3, 5, 2, 3, 1, 5, negative 2, negative 4, negative 2. Do I, when I put my circles, do I need to fill them in?
No.
Thank you, Nick, for saying it fast. Cooper was right behind you. No, because it's not less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. They're all just less thans or greater thans. Okay, so on the first one it says x is less than 5 but greater than negative 3. What kind of graph is this? Is this an or? It's an and. This is an and graph. Okay, and then our next one says x is less than 3, and then it also says x is bigger than 2. Another and graph. The next one says x is less than 1, and x is greater than 5. Is this an and graph? No, this is an or graph. They tricked you by writing that word and. So we're going to assume this one's the answer, but it doesn't hurt to check the last one. X is less than negative 2, x is greater than negative 4. Yep, it is the third one. They tricked you. Its graph is not an and graph, it's an or graph. They tricked you by still writing the word and. Are there any questions about number 18? Okay, 19 is a fun one. When I think about a function, I pretend that it is a roller coaster. So when they start asking about where or what intervals of x is it constant, negative, I think about if this is a roller coaster, and here I am riding along on the roller coaster. Constant's where it's going to be the roller coaster's going flat. Negative is going to be the roller coaster's going downhill. Positive is going to be the roller coaster's going uphill. So we need to know where are we constant. What values of x. So I know it's here to here, but you need to reference that x-axis when you tell me the numbers.
Isn't it constant from 0 to 3?
Yes, it's from 0 all the way to 3. So I'm going to write 0 is less than x is less than 3, because heck, we were just talking about inequalities. But if Silent just can't stand writing inequalities, I'm okay today if she just writes 0, 2, 3. Either one's going to be okay. Angel, your group another point. Now, that's not the only answer. There is another spot on this roller coaster that is constant. I need the other interval.
6 to 10.
Okay, and I'm going to give both your groups a point. So, of course, naturally, we want to say 6 to 10. But as Daniel noted, there is an arrow, meaning it goes on forever. So really, I'm just going to put x is bigger than 6, basically anything bigger than 6. But if Tylen wants to write 6 to infinity, she can literally write 6 to infinity. Either one's going to be okay with me today. And now for the fun one. Where is our graph negative? So where are we going down the hill? I need the interval.
3 to 6.
Paige, you get you another point. 3 to 6. I'm going downhill. It started here at 3, We stop going down here till it's 6, so it's going to be 3 is less than x is less than 6. Or if you want to write it out 3, 2, 6, that is okay as well. Are there any questions about these math workshop problems? Okay, then we're going to go to our notes. On the quizzes, some people broke my heart. Let's talk about what they've done that I've noticed already. They're being real stickers. The other day in section 2.2, we talked about how to graph a line using the x and y intercepts. For instance, on this one, we said we figured out the 2 intercepts. We plotted those 2 points. We connected the dots. But let's be honest, when I actually grade Delaney's work, do I look to see whether or not she did the intercepts? Probably not. I really just look to see, did she graph the line correctly? Did she graph the line correctly? So it's not going to break my heart if she plotted the intercept at 8 and then she graphed the -4 slope and still had the correct line. I'm not going to be mad. Maybe she thought I was, I'm going to pick on Delaney, it's not Delaney. Maybe she thought I was going to be mad, so she left it blank. To be honest, the blank questions are the ones that make me mad. Try something, do some sort of magic. Don't leave it blank. It makes me sad and mad. I'm mad and sad. Okay, new notes for today. For an easy point, when is our test?
Next Thursday.
Cooper's group gets a point. It is next Thursday. Which means we're reviewing Wednesday. Which means we got to be done with our notes on Tuesday. There are 2 different things we need to learn in this last section. We're going to do one thing today, the next thing on Tuesday. Now, if Cassidy can get it together, hopefully she can. She won't have any homework tonight, but if she can't, she's going to have to finish some of these for homework. I'm thinking she already knows this lesson. So we're going to talk about slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Good grief, Miss Compton. They did not leave enough room. We like this form because we can easily identify the slope and the intercept. I had someone last period who eventually confessed they don't know which is which. Which one's the slope and which one's the intercept? Don't make me nervous like this. The M is the slope, and the B is the intercept. If you need to look over this box, you can. But to be honest, Ms. Compton is assuming you already know how to graph. That's what I might be making a fool out of you and me, but I'm assuming you already know how to graph. We're just kind of hitting it again, just one last time. Okay, easy point. I need to know the slope. I need to know the intercept on number 1. Ooh, yes, please. Table 4, sorry, Angel. Yes, table 4.
The slope is negative 1/4, and then the y-intercept is -5.
Perfect, and your group gets a point. It's not often that group wants to volunteer, so let's let them. Okay, we're mad at number 2 because it's not in slope-intercept form. It's almost in what form? It's almost in standard form, and I heard it from 2 and 3, so 2, did you say it as well? 2, 3, and 5 can have a point. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move over that 10. So I have 3x plus 2y equals 10. Are you okay? You're making all kinds of noises. I'm talking to my computer. It's making like scary noises, like high-pitched noises. Please be okay. Hold it together for a couple of minutes for me. Okay, I need to move the 3x over, so I'll have 2y equals negative 3x plus 10. I had to subtract both sides by 3x because I need it to be y equals mx plus b, so that everything else except the y has to be on the right side. What is bothering the y currently? 2. We've got to get rid of the 2. Let's divide everybody by 2. And we'll have y equals negative 3/2 x plus, it's 10 over 2, but that reduces to 5. So it's y equals negative 3/2 x plus 5. And since you did want to volunteer earlier, volunteer now. What's the m, what's the b?
Okay, m is negative 3x over 2.
Woo!
No,
Say it again. M is what?
negative 3x over 2.
You're breaking my heart because you put the X.
I mean,
Just tell me the number.
3/2x.
Okay, don't say the X. Okay, then what's the B?
5.
Okay. The X isn't technically part of the slope. You're like, Miss Compton, stop being ridiculous. I know, okay. You can still have a point. She's going to stop putting the X with it. Okay. Last period I thought I froze the screen and I didn't. For real, I'm going to freeze the screen this time. Y'all try number 3 and tell me the M and the B. Rearrange that equation and tell me the M and the B. I do want the fraction. Yes, dear? Tell me. Reduce it. Yes, and you can have a point. Okay, so I made a mistake last period, so I don't know if you made the same one, so let's talk about it. Everyone moved the X over, so it was negative 4y equals negative 2x plus 10. Did anyone have any issues with that? Last period, you had an issue with that? Okay. When you subtract the 2x from both sides? Okay. I made a sign error last period. Last period, instead of dividing by negative 4, I divided by positive 4. Isn't negative 4 what's bothering the y? Don't I need to divide by negative 4? Okay, so negative 2 divided by negative 4 is positive 2 over 4. Well, that reduces to 1/2. You can do my work. Negative 2 over negative 4 ends up being positive 2 over 4, and that reduces to 1/2. 10 over negative 4 is negative 10 over 4, and that reduces to negative 5/2. So my M is 1/2, my B is negative 5/2. Are there any questions about number 3? Number 4 is up to you. Does someone want to tell me the M and the B on number 4? Yes, table 1.
Isn't the M is 0 and the B is 7?
Yes. It's really y equals 0x plus 7. So my M is 0 and my B is 7. I'm so glad you recognize that. In fact, let's talk about that for a second. At the top, there's a little space in our notes. We've got a little room. You can add 2 pictures really fast. One graph, another graph. Okay. People tend to get this confused, and I don't really know why. Well, I do know why, but it is what it is. Y equals 7, X equals 7. Y equals 7 is a graph, it's a horizontal line that passes through positive 7 on the y-axis. Oh, that would help. Y equals 7 is a horizontal line that passes through positive 7 on the y-axis. X equals 7 is a vertical graph that passes through 7 on the x-axis. One of these makes us mad. Which one of these makes us mad? Why does it make us mad? What's wrong with it? So what's that called? What is it failing? What's it called?
It's not a function.
It's not a function, and I'm going to give him the. We all agree he gets the point for that. It's not a function. What's the name of the test he's struggling to come up with?
Pencil test.
The pencil test, and then the official name was vertical line test. So this one's not a function. That one is a function. But otherwise, they're very straightforward and easy to graph. And I say all that because obviously that's eventually going to come. So we have a couple we're going to graph together, and then lo and behold, you're going to have to graph on your own. So if you don't know how to graph, you can either ask me something now and be brave, or you can come ask me in a few minutes. But if Tylen does not come and ask me, I'm assuming Tylen has got this down. Okay,
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So, on both of the graphs, like y equals 7 and x equals 7,
Yeah.
they both pass to the point of
They both pass through.
they have to pass through the memory, so that's why it would be y equals 7.
Y equals 7 is fine. It doesn't fail that vertical line test. X equals 7, it fails it in one spot, but it fails it like every single point is passed with my pen. In fact, my pen is covering up my entire line. So it drastically, like, there's nothing that can fail that vertical line test more. Okay. I don't know if that helped or not. That was just an aside thing.
About X was wrong. So.
No. We were just talking about how it's not a function. We're not mad at all means. I said we were not. I just meant it's not a function. Which, for some reason, Justice was on my page today. He understood what I meant. I shouldn't have said mad at it. And we're not mad at it. It's just not a function. Okay, so 2x plus 1. Pretend like I have never graphed before. Can someone explain to me, slowly and in English, how to graph a line like this? I'm interested to hear this. Yes, Gilberto?
You start off at the one on the y-axis.
Put a 1 on the y-axis. Got it.
Go
Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. What about down here? Okay, perfect. And Miss Compton is doing some overkill right now because, let's face it, once you get a couple, I'm not this picky in life. I mean, clearly, look at my ugly line. You put a couple, you draw your line, and call it a day. When I check it, I check, did you put the intercept at the right spot? Did you at least count the slope up incorrectly one time? If you think I overanalyze and spend 3 years on your lines, I don't. Okay, so number 1 was easy to graph. Number 2 is not, because it's not in slope-intercept. It's in standard. So go ahead and rearrange it. Tell me what's in slope-intercept. Nikki, you can have a point. So what is my slope? What is my y-intercept?
Slope is
-1 is my slope. And my intercept is -3. So I've got to go down to -3 and put my point. And then if I count up 1, I have to go to the left one. And if I go down 1, I have to go to the right one. And I'm just going to do a couple and call it a day. Okay, if I'm being really honest with you, I mean brutally honest, this is a horrible thing to admit, but me and my negatives, we have issues. So I have to remind myself, and maybe you need to write this note too, positive lines, or positive slope lines. If it has a positive slope, your line leans to the right. If your thing has a negative slope, the way ours did with a -1, your line leans left. And so I ask myself when I'm completely ungraphing, what was the slope? Is my line leaning the right way? Otherwise, I overthink my life. So positive lines are supposed to lean to the right. Negative lines are supposed to lean to the left. Maybe you didn't need that, but it helps. Okay, if you got that, bring it back. We are going to skip number 3. We're also going to skip number 6. Let's be overachievers and go ahead and do number 5. Oh wait, we just talked about that. X equals 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crosses that x-axis, and it is not a function. We're still going to do it because the problem told us to. It told us to graph it. But as Justice pointed out, it fails that vertical line test, so it's not a function. Okay, so the only one we have left is number 4. It's in standard form. We need to put it in slope-intercept. So go ahead and rearrange your equation. Tell me your slope and your y-intercept. Those, you're making sign errors again. Did you subtract x from both sides? You did, and you didn't put negative x, you left it as positive x. Second time you've done that. If you actually genuinely, I know you think it's stupid, but if you actually genuinely want to write this step, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Someone want to tell me the slope and the intercept so me and Daniel can talk about what he's doing?
Slope is 1.
And the intercept is?
-1.
Okay, you're going to have a point. Okay, so Daniel is trying to do math in his head, which is awesome. But when he subtracts that x he keeps forgetting that it's a negative x on the right. So if he actually wants to write in the step where he won't, but if he wanted to write in the step where he subtracted the x, it's not going to blow up his paper. What extra step to write down? Okay, when we divide both sides by -5, we have a negative over a negative, so we end up with a positive 1 over 5. We have a positive or negative, so we end up with positive 5 over -5. That reduces to -1. Are there any questions of how we got this? Okay, well then I'm going to put my intercept at -1, and my slope is 1/5, so I'm going to go up 1 over 5, up 1 to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My friend Miss Asbury hates it when people say over when it's a fraction. She says it's 1 divided by 5, not 1 over 5. Down the hall. And so every time I hear myself say count up 1 over 5, I'm like, oh no, I said the word over. She would die. We don't have to tell her. Okay, down 1, not over 5, down 1 to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one's terribly annoying because there's not enough room to put more than just those 3 points. So we're going to have to say that's good enough today, people. Yay, my line. Okay, I don't know if you actually know what you were doing or if you're just humoring me. Most of you are humoring me. I don't know. So, of course, now it's your turn to practice. This is what I'm going to check on Tuesday. It says it's a worksheet. You have to do all 12. It's 1 through 12. If you get it done, great. If you need help, come see me. Otherwise, I'm going to be grading those checkpoints that you need to bring to me if you haven't already. And I'm going to be grading your perfect squares test as well.